I've been amazed by the lack of amount of trouble there's been for all the new rules today. The ladies have been working really hard on this new rule set, and here we go.
And there's a single tweet, and it is Centripetal Force trying to get break on through.
Feliz Brutality working hard in the middle of the pack.
Great.
Everybody in front of her.
Great defense put on by the Holy Rollers, taking Centripetal Force down.
Napalm Beth with a huge swing on her way to the penalty box.
Centripetal Force doing the smart thing, going to call off the jam. Feliz Brutality just coming up on her heels like a rocket.
She puts the heat on right away.
Style and fuel efficiency reign at Ron Tonkin Fiat. And check out the Tonkin Jammer Fiat. The seat warmers are freaking awesome.
On the Ron Tonkin Jammer line for the High Rollers, that's Minstrel Psycho.
At number 911, that is Luna Negra, captain of the Throttle Rockets.
This ought to be a great jam. Both of these jammers really aggressive and really great players. Minstrel Psycho right up against that line and pushing hard.
Luna Negra hasn't been playing for all that long, just a couple of years, but she finds her way through the pack, just like she did. Luna Negra pulling up lead jammer for the Throttle Rockets.
Minstrel Psycho's out right behind her, and it's a race to the back of the pack. Mia Farrell on her way to the penalty box. High Rollers down 2.
As Luna Negra first to get through the pack, she doesn't want to take any
both
jammers from Psycho.
Both jammers trying to eke out something there, neither of them getting anything. This game remains close at 0-0 going into Jam 3.
It's almost as if it's tied.
Flat hair, pump it up like the High Rollers at Arabella Salon.
And a girl who's got a couple of zeros in her number, that's 070, Parker Eye Out, looking to crack a goose egg.
And right after 0 comes 1, 2, 3, 4, Napoleon blown apart.
Napoleon blown apart, just breaking up that Throttle Rocket line, able to make it through on the outside, but looks like she picked up a cut track penalty.
On her way to the penalty box, that leaves
Parker Eye Out as the lead jammer and on a power jam for the Throttle Rockets. Huge opportunity for the first points on the board.
Throttle Rockets doing a great job controlling the speed of the pack right now. Penny Dreadful right there to slow her down, bridging. And she's through for 5.
A little bit of assist from the Holy Roller blockers, but not able to take Parker Eye out of bounds. Parker Eye Out staying stuck on her skates.
Napalm Beth putting things together on the line, working with Penny Dreadful and really slowing down Parker.
Parker Eye Out just got to break through that 2-all at the front, doing her best, getting pushed out, looking to expand it out so she gets a little bit of that out of play, picking up 5 points for the Throttle Rockets.
And Napoleon blown apart. Still in the penalty box.
Looks like she picked up Mia Farrell picking up a back block.
That is correct. Yes, she did.
Exactly. Parker Eye Out still on her third scoring pass. Huge power jam for the Throttle Rockets. 15 points as the Throttle Rockets draw first blood.
Penalty heavy jam, and we're seeing how those new rules are taking effect. On the line once again for your High Rollers, Feliz Brutality.
The Rose City Rollers are a proud partner of the Big Brothers and Big Sisters Sports Buddies program, encouraging young people to get active.
And it is Centripetal Force number 1618 for the Throttle Rockets, lining up for her second jam of the evening, I believe.
Feliz Brutality just beating away at that back wall, trying to find her way through. Pops out up front. Lead jammer, High Rollers.
Huge opportunity for the High Rollers, but Centripetal Force right behind her, about a half quarter track behind, so she's certainly putting the pressure on.
Feliz Brutality up against the line, can't make it, calls it off, no points.
And that was Vex Factor and Foxy Throwdown shutting that door on the High Rollers jammer.
They really slammed it on her.
Roll up to Revolver Bikes for all your bike needs. The High Rollers ride Revolver Bikes.
Minstrel Psycho on the line for the High Rollers.
And call it up 911, Luna Negra back at the jammer line for the Throttle Rockets. Throttle Rockets so far having a really good offensive game. High Rollers have been a little bit penalty heavy, having a tough time keeping out of the box, providing some opportunities for the Throttle Rockets so far. And that is Luna Negra breaking through again as lead jammer.
High Rollers working hard to get their jammer through right now. Minstrel Psycho being held up in the very front. Green Wall opens up the hole for her, and she slides on through.
And if the High Rollers want to bring itself back, they're going to have to start winning this lead jammer game. Luna Negra giving a little jazz hands to take it out.
Louie, what do you got?
A big thank you to the Lloyd Athletic Club and Mike Saya, the official trainer of the Wheels of Justice. We would also like to give a huge thank you to all the volunteers that showed up to help us out tonight. If you too would also like to become a part of the magic that is the Rose City Rollers, then check out the volunteer table in the concourse. Check out all the opportunities for you to become a part of the league. Sign up and get involved today.
And that's Parker Iout 070 for the Throttle Rockets.
And once again for the High Rollers, it's Napoleon Bonaparte.
And Throttle Rockets breaking through Parker Iout, coming up as lead jammer. Throttle Rockets one down, serious smack in the box for them.
Napoleon driving hard through that pack, breaking out on her scoring pass. High Rollers setting up shop at the front end. A bit of a numbers advantage going to the High Rollers right now with 4 players on the track. Napoleon weaving her way through and manages to pick up 3.
And that's Panda Beer heading to the box for the Throttle Rockets.
A big thank you to one of our newest Derby sponsors, Kelly Brown Debt Relief. Kelly Brown likes roller derby. Also a thank you to Bridgetown Automotive, keeping Rose City Rollers engines humming.
Back on the line, Feliz Brutality.
And Throttle Rockets keeping a pretty shallow jammer line so far. Centripetal 416-18 on the line with the star on her helmet.
Feliz Brutality pushing her way through, looking for some sunshine on the inside. She pulls off lead jammer, High Rollers.
Huge opportunity again for Feliz Brutality.
Heidi Gosek on her way to the penalty box for a multiplayer block.
And a Centripetal Force trying to get through her first initial pass, breaking through, not lead jammer, not picking up points at this point.
Feliz Brutality once again breaking through and calling it off. 4 points.
Hey, Magic Pony. Porque no? Porque yes. Amazing taqueria food with 2 locations on Mississippi and Hawthorne. That is Porque no. Also, be sure to visit ohsusportsmedicine.com for injury prevention, sports safety information, and community athlete profiles, including posts by your very own Rose City Rollers.
Harikari on the line for the High Rollers.
And Luna Negra, number 911, playing a little bit of defense against Hari at the start.
Harikari on the outside, taking lead jammer the hard way.
And Luna Negra is going to head to the box for counterclockwise block.
Harikari working her way through, weaving through that line. 4 points. High Rollers taking advantage of every chance they can get right now to put some points on the board. Harikari dropped out on the far end, weaves her way back through, pushes through for 5 more.
And Magic Pony, this is a huge opportunity for the High Rollers right there. They got rolled over by an initial power jam, and now it's time for a little bit of payback against the Throttle Rockets. Harikari doing a great job so far.
High Rollers jumping on it, opening up, looking to try to open up some holes for Harikari right now. 1 more to get by. On the inside on 1 skate. An extra 5, and the High Rollers take the lead.
And good little work defensively by Panda Beer right there at the end of that, holding Harikari back a little bit, slowing down the bleed of that power jam. And starting with the power jam right now, that's 1, 2, 3, 4. Napoleon blown apart for the whole High Rollers.
High Rollers throw up a big wall on the outside and open it up for Napoleon blown apart, lead jammer.
Blown apart just made it look easy getting around Don Solo right there, but she's got serious smack to contend with. Takes the outside, blown apart, out for another 5.
The top of my head just came off.
And it looks like the High Rollers are starting to get the skates underneath them a little bit. Luna Negra re-engaging the pack from the box. She's got to make her way through, but this is her initial pass.
Skeeve Holt takes scene. Oh my God.
And Luna Negra picking up another cut track that's going to put her back in the box for a minute. That's not good news for the Throttle Rockets right now with the High Rollers on a scoring spree.
Skeeve Holt and Rita Manuel holding things together, just driving that wall open and getting Napoleon through. Once again, it's Texine and Skeeve Holt on the inside, letting the door open.
And more bad news for the Throttle Rockets. Vex Factor heading to the box for a counterclockwise block. Sirius Mac just gets a hold of Napoleon right at the end.
Napoleon blown apart, driving forward, dropped out. Dawn Solo got a piece of her there and slowed her down.
And it looks like we're going to have a team time out for the Throttle Rockets right now. It's just about time to get their strategy rejiggered.
Let the music swell.
Folks, don't forget to join us at tonight's after party. Tonight's after party is going to be held at the Bossa Nova Ballroom on East Burnside. Free entry with your wristband from tonight's bout. Come and buy your favorite derby skater, a cocktail or two or 17.
Back on the line for the High Rollers, it's Minstrel Psycho.
Minstrel Psycho is going to have Foxy, Panda, and her Meechness to contend with, lining up right at the jammer line in a potential 3-wall. I don't want to call the play for them.
Minstrel Psycho out there all by herself.
And of course, we have a 1-blocker disadvantage for both teams right now, but the High Rollers got the real advantage because they are in a power jam position.
A big thank you to the Nightlife Lounge, Rose City Rollers' favorite Clinton Street bar and the only place to get Rose City Rollers tickets in town. And another one of our favorite watering holes, Kay's Bar, Selwood's sweetest watering hole and a proud sponsor since 2007.
Hey, and while we've got a second, I'd like to make a huge shout out to Changing Perceptions. Changing Perceptions is a nonprofit dedicated to working with individuals affected by abuse. That's Changing Perceptions. Minstrel Psycho raring to go. And the jam is on. Throttle Rockets throwing up a heavy defense right away, but she drives right through it. Lead jammer, High Rollers.
Great push through by Minstrel Psycho right there, just plowing her way through that potential 2-wall and getting out.
And Minstrel Psycho dropped out, slight touch on the outside, and she picked up a cut. She'll be heading to the penalty box for 1 minute.
And Panda Beer heading to the box for the Throttle Rockets. Luna Negra finally out of the box, and she breaks through, makes it look easy. This is her first pass, no points yet.
Luna Negra up against the line. Kick Cassidy drops her to the outside. She's recycled to the back. Heidi Goseek and Penny Dreadful are there waiting for her.
Good job by Vex Factor making sure that Kick Cassidy couldn't go back much further. Luna Negra picking up 5 points, putting the Throttle Rockets back in the right direction.
High Rollers set up. Penny Dreadful, Kick Cassidy on the outside line, throwing everything they have at her. Weaving her way around. She shrugs it off, through for 5.
And we have this bifurcated pack that we see so often in roller derby. Throttle Rockets want it to stay slow. They would like the High Rollers to get out of play. Luna Negra picking up 9-1-1. 5 more points. And just like I hadn't even said it a second ago, 5 more points for the Throttle Rockets. Huge power jam for Luna Negra and the Throttle Rockets.
And now everybody's on the run.
And everyone's on the track, 5-on-5. We have an empty box.
It's real derby. Luna Negra hung up in the back, the same group, Kick Cassidy, Heidi Goes Seek, and Penny Dreadful hanging her up. And that jam has ended. Huge jam for the Throttle Rockets right there. Luna Negra putting up some big numbers.
All right, folks, there is still time to get your raffle tickets to win that freaking sweet Fat Tire bicycle. Tickets are $1 each, or 10 tickets for $5. I'd also like to thank Medical Massage Northwest, happily rubbing away the aches and pains of the Rose City Rollers.
And we have a 3-point game, ladies and gentlemen. If you're a Seattle fan, make some noise!
On the inside, that's Feliz Brutality fighting her way through the pack for lead jammer.
And Centripetal Force just having a tough time with that high roller 2-wall in the front. That's Napalm Beth and Texine giving her the business.
Feliz Brutality beats her way through but gets caught on her way to the penalty box.
Looks like a back block going to send Feliz Brutality. That means Centripetal Force is on a power jam. Texine doing a good job recycling her to the back of the pack.
Mia Farrell and Texine there to hang her up and doing a great job of it right now. Napalm Beth getting in on it. Multiplayer balk called on.
That's what Centripetal Force needed. She breaks on through to the 5 side.
Texine on her way to the penalty box.
And that was a lead change, ladies and gentlemen. Throttle Rockets 48, High Rollers 46.
Napalm Beth and Mia Farrell out there right now. Throttle Rockets doing a great job opening up the line. Mia Farrell really holding to it. She breaks through.
Mia Farrell doing a great job at the front of the pack, really trying to slow down Centripetal Force Magic.
It's a brilliant defensive play.
You may not be able to stop the jammer, but if you could slow down the bleeding, sometimes that makes all the difference in a 1 or 2 point game right there at the end.
Feliz Brutality back on the track, squirts through, picks up 4 on her way by.
Centripetal Force trying to make it look easy, takes a tumble. Looks like it's going to be a low block. And the box starting to fill up again for both teams.
We're looking at a high block right there.
And that is Hermetius sent to the box for a high block. Slutnik is standing up, which means there is room at the inn.
All right, folks, I'm a Southern boy and I love my Southern food, and that's why I go to the Delta Cafe. Amazing Southern fare, big eats, and stiff drinks. And a big shout out to the Brew Radio, the station where butt rock never died.
On the track all by herself, jamming for the High Rollers, Napoleon Bonaparte.
And Parker Eye-Out, number 070 for the Throttle Rockets, trying to push her way through right now against Heidi.
Oh.
A little bit of jam up in between turns 1 and 2.
Napoleon Bonaparte pushing that wall way up front, really trying to find her way through.
And it looks like it's going to be 2 minutes for Mia Farrell. And that is their 4th penalty. That means that she has been released from the game.
Napoleon Bonaparte fights her way through, picks up lead jammer. Quite a battle up front for that one. High Rollers setting up shop right now, trying to open up the wall for her. She drops to the inside and calls it off.
Parker Wright looking to fight for those last few points, didn't pick them up.
Louie, what do you got?
A big thank you for Portland's own Townsend's Tea Company and Brewed Dr. Kombucha. And a big shout out to Car2Go. Meet the future of car sharing. Sign up today at car2go.com. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget, at Intermission, we're going to be having the New Belgium Fat Tire Tricycle Contest. We will need volunteers to participate in that contest. So if you'd like to race around this track on a teeny tiny tricycle, be ready to volunteer.
Team timeout. High Rollers, let the music swell.
Make it happen, Mr. Pan.
that timeout has ended. The ladies are taking back to the track. On the line for the High Rollers, number 5150, Hari Kari.
And we're even Steven as far as blockers go. Both teams down one blocker. That is Centripetal Force lining up for the Throttle Rockets. Throttle Rockets started to get their mojo back. A couple of power jams helping them out. Let's see if they can continue their force or if the High Rollers are going to turn it around again.
Right now it's a 2-point game. Jammers both getting up off their knees and re-attacking that line. Hari Kari on the inside, pushing hard for it. Lead jammer, High Rollers.
Hari Kari just really pushing her way through that inside line. Centripetal Force having a tough time.
Skeeve Holt's there to hang her up. She has to let her go. Layla Smackdown and Skeeve Holt up front, working to clear the line for Hari Kari.
Her Meechness back in the game. That means Throttle Rockets have a full contingent of blockers, and they're making a good use of it against Hari Kari with the 4-wall in the front. High Rollers starting to fall apart a little bit penalty-wise. Layla Smackdown tries to get to the penalty box. No room at the end.
Waved back onto the track. Skeeve Holt doing her best to get Hari Kari through that line all by herself. Can't hang up Luna Negra long enough to get her by.
That is Centripetal Force continuing to pile on some ports. Hari Kari picking up 4 more for the end of that jam.
Louie, what do you got?
We'd like to thank some of the folks responsible for keeping our skaters healthy. The Lloyd Athletic Club, the official sports fitness facility of the Rose City Rollers, and the OHSU Sports Medicine Center. OHSU Sports Medicine is proud to be the official medical care team of the Rose City Rollers. Receive next day medical care by using our sports medicine hotline at 494-4000.
And that's Parker Eye getting a good head start on that jam. Trying to break her way through. Makes it out. She's your lead jammer. That's what the Throttle Rockets continue to need to do.
Belize Brutality hung up in the back behind that massive Throttle Rocket line. Can't find the sunshine. Finally breaks her way through. It was penalty crazy back there. Layla Smackdown on her way and Slutnik on her way to the penalty box.
And I think that was picking up 4 more points for the Throttle Rockets.
All right, folks, you've got just about 11 minutes left to buy your raffle tickets. Remember, the prize for the upcoming raffle is going to be the Sweet Fat Tire Bicycle. 10 tickets for $5 or tickets for $1 each.
I know just 20 minutes ago we were talking about how these games hadn't been too penalty heavy. I'm feeling sorry I said that. This game's amazingly... Napoleon blown apart, driving hard at that line in the back, but the Throttle Rockets hanging her up.
That is her Meechness doing a good job, but Napoleon blown apart makes it around her.
And Heidi Gosek on her way to the penalty box.
And that is Centripetal Force looking to try to catch up. Napoleon blown apart, putting on some points. Calling her blockers forward, hoping not to get them picked off with some easy points.
DerbyFit.com. Spark, rock, recover, repeat. Rose City Rollers Independent Advocare Distributor. And a big thank you to sponsor Jessica Chestnut and Guide Home Loans. Let Derby girl Jessica Chestnut help you get a home loan.
And we've got Luna Negra 911 lining up again for the Throttle Rockets. Police Brutality does a little jammer and jammer defense. Luna makes it look easy in and out. That is not easy to do. That is a tough defense. Police Brutality right behind her.
Belize Brutality broke out right behind her. Texine, both teams suffering from penalty trouble right now.
Throttle Rockets only have 1 blocker on the track. Police Brutality able to take advantage. Breaks on through. The crowd is happy about that.
Kick Acid giving Luna Negra the business all the way around the track. Texine getting in on it now.
Kick Acid doing a great job with Layla Smackdown right now. And Texine really holding Luna Negra back. Luna wanted those last few points. She picks up 4. Paid off for the Throttle Rockets. The High Rollers took the lead. Throttle Rockets are able to gain it back. Good patience by Luna Negra.
That was an amazing low number jam.
A shout out to Bridgetown Chiropractic. the official bone cracker of Rose City Rollers since 2006. And if you're feeling hungry after this bout, hit up Fire on the Mountain, buffalo wings to die for on Burnside and Interstate.
On the line, Minstrel Psycho for the High Rollers.
And Parker Eye out for the Throttle Rockets. Parker getting shoved around. Last line of defense, she's going to go down. Gets right back up like she's on springs.
Minstrel Psycho breaks out right behind her. It's a race to the back of the pack.
And Minstrel Psycho able to overcome Parker Eye out. Parker and Minstrel talking a little bit. Parker says, I think I know how this is going to end. Calls off the jam. Smart heads-up play.
Louis.
Rose City Rollers is a proud partner of the Big Brothers and Big Sisters Sports Buddies program. The Sports Buddies program, encouraging young people to get active.
And both teams running a pretty shallow jammer line right now. Centripetal Force back at the line number 16-18 for the Throttle Rockets.
And Napoleon Blown Apart back on the track.
And it's a little bit of a scrum at the start of this jam. Napoleon Blown Apart.
All over the place back there. Trying to find her way through. Looking for some sunshine on the inside line. But Throttle Rockets are there to stop her.
She's got to get around her Meechness and Slutnik. Slutnik is tough to get. Falls down, gets up. Napoleon is not blown apart at the front of the pack.
Holy mackerel. High Rollers putting it to the Throttle Rockets on this jam. Napoleon Blown Apart driving hard on that inside line. Not taking no. She drives through. 5 points.
And that is Centripetal Force having a really, really tough time with Kick Accident and Texine. We're going to have a little bit more help now that Texine just got sent to the box. But just a terrible time getting around this whole High Rollers defense.
Napoleon Blown Apart looking for one more to break out of the pack. Asking for the hit. Shrugs it off and runs.
That is Centripetal Force finally starting to make some gain, but she's going to get the jam called off before she's able to pick up points. Napoleon Blown Apart, huge jam for her, bringing the High Rollers back out in front with 81 points to the Throttle Rockets 74.
Folks, don't forget to get your tickets to the Season 8 Rose City Rollers opening bout on Saturday, January the 19th, right back here at the Memorial Coliseum. Guns N' Rollers is going to take on the Heartless Heathers, and the Breakneck Betties will be facing the High Rollers. Get your tickets online now at rosecityrollers.com.
Once again, Feliz Brutality and Luna Negra. Luna Negra driving through on that inside line, takes lead jammer.
I tell you, Magic Pony, a lot of people say to me, how does Luna Negra actually get through the pack? Seems like she's got a ton of people between her, and she just squeezes through.
She just disappears and shows up on the other end.
And just right there, that you could see that last juke, just almost like
Feliz
nothing
Brutality being sent out right at the very end of that jam for an illegal procedure.
Folks, this is the greatest time to get your season passes for the 2013 Rose City Rollers season. We have reduced season pass prices through December 25th. Your season pass includes entry to all 2013 bouts, plus a special edition Rose City Rollers scarf. And as a bonus, you will get access to the Portland versus London bout. Visit rosecityrollers.com for your season pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, closest game of the night so far. It's 4 points.
And that is Heidi Go Seek trying to be the last line of defense against Centripetal Force. She's able to pick up lead jammer position.
Texine getting back out on the track. And the three of them able to slow down the Centripetal Force.
And Throttle Rockets looking to break up that wall of High Rollers in the front.
Heidi Go Seek and Kick Cassidy's taking a swing at her. She weaves through it.
And let me tell you, a two-wall of Heidi Go Seek and Kick Cassidy is not a two-wall that you want to see in front of you.
Absolutely monstrous.
Centripetal Force, a new player to the Throttle Rockets, doing a great job jamming tonight.
Rita Manuel back on the track, trying to weave her way through, get back together with her teammates. Texine and Heidi Go Seek cut off in the back.
Kick Cassidy, the last line of defense against Centripetal Force, just trying to get around her.
Feliz Brutality back on the track, weaving her way through.
Nobody watch it. Feliz Brutality breaks through. That is her initial pass. Centripetal Force calling it off as Kick Cassidy gets sent to the box for counterclockwise block.
A reminder to the crowd at the end of this bout, please do not attempt to climb over the retaining wall. You may come down to the wall, and the skaters will skate wide on the track and come to you. Folks in the VIP seating area are welcome to stand up at their seats between turns 1 and 2.
Just 3 minutes and 30 seconds and 7 points separating these two teams. The closest bout of the night, this is Luna Negra and Minstrel Psycho.
Minstrel Psycho pushing hard against that black wall in the back. Luna Negra picks up a forearm and is on her way to the penalty box.
And that's going to be a real problem for the Throttle Rockets right now. They were just 7 points ahead. Minstrel Psycho has shown that she can take advantage of opportunities, and this is a huge one for the high rollers.
Minstrel Psycho is going to put some numbers on the board. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for a power jam!
That was called her bluff. Last line of defense. Can't hold her back.
Napalm
Foxy
Beth,
Throwdown looking to pull back her team.
Napalm Beth, Penny Dreadful, Fashionista, Skeeve Holt are there to help her through. 5 more.
It looked like Napalm Beth and Penny Dreadful holding open a hole in the middle, exactly what the high rollers need to do, and they're back in the lead.
Minstrel Psycho back up against that wall in the back. High rollers just all over the place. Opening up the doors. She's through for another 5.
And Portland is losing their mind right now.
On the outside, 5 the hard way.
Luna Negra rejoining the pack. It means Minstrel Psycho is going to have a little bit more confusion as to what needs to happen. Luna Negra get pushing to the outside. Minstrel Psycho makes it through. Luna's going to be recycled to the back. 5 more points for the high rollers. And it looks like there's a cut track on Luna Negra. Another opportunity for the high rollers.
Minstrel Psycho through for another 5 points. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for the Iron Maiden, Minstrel Psycho!
And a big jam when you need it. And looks like Panda Beer just took her 4th trip to the box, which means she will be leaving the Throttle Rockets for the remainder of this game. We have an official timeout. Louie, what you got for us?
Folks, you've got just about 1 or 2 minutes left to purchase a raffle ticket for the upcoming raffle. It's going to be for the Fat Tire Bicycle. Tickets are $1 each, or 10 tickets for $5.
And looks like Luna Negra got 4 as well, so they have to field another jammer who's going to take her place in the penalty box. Will serve the remainder of her penalty. So it looks like Centripetal Force is going to take her place. So once the penalty time is completed, that will be Centripetal Force re-entering in Luna Negra's place.
On the track, all by herself, once again, number 1, 2, 3, 4, Napoleon blown apart!
Napoleon blown apart, looking for that all-important lead jammer position. She gets it. That is huge to get at a potential last jam.
Kick Cassidy and Heidi Go Seek up front, trying to hold the line, slow things down. Napoleon blown apart, throws herself at that line. Heidi Go Seek's there to break it open for her. 5.
And the high rollers are certainly on a roll. Napoleon blown apart, extending the lead, 121 to Throttle Rockets 88.
Kick Cassidy fakes the line, jackpot, blown apart.
Serious Smack not able to connect enough to make a difference.
She's just really quick on her feet.
Yes.
Napoleon blown apart jumps at that line, pushing up against it, but Heidi Go Seek and Kick Cassidy are hung up in the front by Centripetal Force. And that game is over.